You gotta be a little bit insane to be great. Like you gotta like think and operate outside of the
Sure.
box.
Welcome back, everybody. First podcast of the year. Super special guest, a little bit different. I'll let him give himself an introduction.
Prettiest fat nigga alive. DJ Guess Who? Yes, sir. We here.
Energy levels always through the roof when he's around. So I normally start things out with talking about past work together, which really all we've done is Cody's music videos.
You can't say all we've done. Like that's just been like some minute stuff. Like we've done some pretty cool shit together.
I feel like I've gotten more compliments on just the clips that we did for you guys than I've gotten on like a lot of the full blown music videos that I've done.
Man, that's what's up. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like we came together on that, and it was just like a creative aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, that's what we try to do with everything. You know, it's like we want to make ourselves look good, and we got to have somebody that's able to reciprocate that. And
Right.
you've gone above and beyond, like so far, like working with us. We appreciate it for sure.
Right.
Because everybody's loving the reels for
I
sure.
appreciate you guys coming to me for sure. And his music definitely stands out from other people. I mean, you don't have to listen to it more than once to know like it's different. It stands out from everybody else. I mean,
That kid's a star.
Yeah, so anytime you guys are wanting something, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. Like, I want to be a part of that, of course.
That's all love, man. Sure.
So where are you from originally?
So I'm from Akron, Ohio. You know, more specifically the west side, the V. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you spend there?
So I lived 455 Douglas Street for 15 years. So, and then towards high school, my parents, they worked hard. You know what I'm saying? They got us out the hood. And we moved out to Wadsworth, Ohio, which was kind of a culture shock. It was literally 0.001% black, and they were all my friends.
Right.
No, but it was cool. Like, even being out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I learned a lot. It kind of gave me a balance of, like, both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Being able to turn that on or off whenever I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like I could go, honestly, and fit in anywhere and not just, like, be uncomfortable.
So what made you want to become a DJ?
Man, that's a crazy question.
Of all things you can do music related.
Yeah. So, it was already in me. You know what I'm saying? So, my pops was a DJ, actually. His name was DJ Guess What? Yeah. Not a lot of people know this, but if you're close to me, you know. But he ran Akron scene for a long time. Like all the like old cabarets. Like he used to DJ at this one spot called Rob Royce. That's like a Akron staple. He DJed at a couple. My uncle Alan, he's from Akron, but he owned a couple clubs and businesses. He owned the Comfort Zone. So my dad used to go up there, like, but yeah, aside from that, so like, it's kind of a funny story how everything played out. So initially, I used to like sneak and play on my dad's equipment when I was younger, and I used to get fucked up for it. Like, I'm telling you, I got my ass whooped because I was obviously like 11 or 12 when I first started like messing with it. And I would always leave something on. So he would always notice that, like, I was playing with his shit. So, fast forward years later, I was promoting and kind of running security at a club called Primos in downtown Akron. And our DJ at the time, his name was Falero. Shout out my homie Falero, for sure. He got stuck in West Virginia, so he couldn't make it back. So, my friend Shoot, which was the promoter at the time, was like, listen, like, somebody's going to have to DJ or we're going to lose a lot of money. So everybody's looking at me like, you're the only one like that could possibly even do this right now. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I borrowed my friend Tevin's laptop. He's a DJ as well. Borrowed his laptop, brought it in, hooked it up, and just went crazy. Like, I've always been like a natural entertainer. So like putting a microphone in my hand and talking shit and turning everybody up, that was like second nature.
Right.
So I really just turned it up crazy. The owner of the club at the time just was like, hey, like, if you want this job, it's available. I didn't want to take it at first because my homie Falero was in place at that time, but Joe was already getting rid of him because like he got stuck. Like he just didn't want. It wasn't because Falero wasn't a good DJ. Falero is an awesome DJ, but he was just, you know what I'm saying, he was wiping his hands at that time. So I was like, fuck it. I mean, I guess I'm gonna get the money. I was a broke ass college student, you know. So like that's really where I got started at.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming it went very good and you just loved it, and
it was fucking pandemonium. Like there's nothing like it for me. Like it's not even really so much about like DJing. It's about the call and response from the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy going back and forth, or like being able to take people to like a certain place or time. Like I like to play music that makes you think of like where you were at when this came out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
Yeah, your mixes are fire. The videos you've shared, your mixes are definitely fire.
Speaking of which, we need to shoot something for sure.
Yeah,
we need to shoot some content for the
we'll definitely get there for sure. So, what was your life like growing up?
Oh, so when we lived in Akron, it was pretty rough. You know what I'm saying? We had a little shack of a house. Like we're relatively poor. I'm not even gonna say relatively. We're really poor. We've always been really family oriented though. Like no matter what, like we always had each other. Like that's one thing about us is like we're always gonna stick together. So I mean, it was times where our stomachs were hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like my pops had to do a lot of things he probably wasn't proud of or didn't want to do, but and my mom as well. But it's like they did all that shit to make sure like we didn't go without. Even though we went without, like we still had everything. So I mean, growing up, it was. I mean, it's the typical like you from Akron story. You know what I'm saying? Growing up black in Akron, like it just is what it is. But like I mean, it was fun as hell. Like anybody that's from Douglas in particular, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, sun up to sundown, we outside playing sports. Like my mom fuck around and go buy a super soaker or something, come down the street starting shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we always had fun. So I was always very sports oriented, as you can tell. I boxed, karate, wrestling, football, baseball. I played tennis. Like I've done literally anything you could possibly think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what age were you like exposed to like the club and like street life?
Honestly, really young, cause my pops, you know what I'm saying. So it's like sometimes I would say I was probably like 9 or 10 when I walked in my first club, and it it was kind of surreal, cause like I really wasn't paying attention as to like what was happening around me. Like as a kid, I just looked around, I'm like, it's a lot of grown ass people in here. Right. Like it was my Uncle Alan's club, actually, the Comfort Zone, and I'm like sitting playing pool, like going back and forth to the little games that they had, like thinking I was a shit for real. I'm in the club, like my mom my mom got me a Coke and put it in like one of the bar glasses. I thought that was the shit, man. That shit was funny.
That's awesome. So what is your creative process like for creating your mixes?
See, this is a question that everybody always asks me, or like, how did you come up with that? Bro, it's really just feeling. Like, Cody will tell you, like, when I first got my turntables back again this last time, the only time I ever practiced was when I first got them. Like, Cody would ask me, like, hey, bro, like, what are you going to do for your set? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I never know. So, like, it'll literally just be me feeding off of other energies and, like in the moment present. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And then it just comes together and I'm like, oh my God, that was nuts.
Yeah, getting the right songs to come together it's tricky. I've heard some DJs have some songs not like blend well. the trap songs, and it's like, oh, that was.
It's a train wreck.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. What are your favorite songs to play to hype people up?
Okay, so if you know me, you know I start every set out with Waka Flocka, Oh Let's Do It. That's just like my introduction. It's always been that. Definitely Finito is always gonna be a banger. I get a lot of it's definitely energy every time. Like I'm gonna be turned regardless. But on some funny shit for sure. And like this was so hard when I was doing this. But like when I was first transitioning back into DJing, all I'm thinking in my head is, damn, I'm gonna have to play Sexy Red in the club. And I'm telling you, that is the greatest shit ever. Like Sexy Red grew on me. She's so ratchet. I love her. Like so definitely I'm looking for the yeah, that's my shit for sure. And my homie Tay, I always gotta play the T Grizzly First Day Out. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know what I'm saying, my pride I would say like the thing I'm most proud of like in my sets are my throwback sets. Like playing like the older music. Like
Right.
man, it's a vibe every time. And then my R&B sets. But I just love music. I could do this all day. I could talk about this all day.
How do you deal with song requests that aren't in like your lineup? Just tell them, nope.
I will stop playing music. Do not request a song. Like, just don't request. I mean, you can request a song. That's cool. Because 9 times out of 10, the song that you're going to request, I'm going to play it already.
Right.
Like, it's coming for sure. But do not come up to me in the club and be like, can you play Little John and Usher? Yeah? No, I cannot. Absolutely not.
That probably is highly requested.
No, man, what? You have no idea. Now, I would be on some funny shit and play it anyway, but like, man, I'm not playing that bullshit. It's 2024. Relax.
So being a DJ, who would your biggest influences and like inspirations be in like the DJ space?
In the DJ space?
Or I mean, in general, I guess.
Okay, I mean, in the DJ space, like, obviously Khaled. Like, just his whole grind, like, the way he came up and the steps that he took getting there. Yeah, that's for sure inspiring. And then, I mean, other than that, I would probably have to say, like, local DJs. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Ill Will, excuse me. DJ Ill Will, you know what I'm saying? I watched him come up in the club. He was 15, 16 years old, like, DJing at these nightclubs. So, like, that was, like, the initial, like, me seeing him and other DJs like Coop, DJ Coop, that's Doughboy's DJ.
Okay.
Trying to think. Yeah, out the local side, Kid Genius, actually, a lot of people wouldn't know from, like, our era. But Kid Genius was actually the first person to like let me touch turntables. So he kind of like started me out in this whole thing. Then I got a lot of homies that are really doing well for themselves. DJ Rich, DJ Smooth, those are all fire DJs. Got to watch Step Floss a lot coming up. And then like old head pioneers like Jazzy Jeff. Like Jazzy Jeff is so raw to me. But then, just inspirations in general, this is kind of going to be all over the place. Like, Steve Jobs, for sure. Fucking creative genius. Elon Musk, creative genius.
Work ethics are insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all the inspiration you could really need. And then, Kanye. I love fucking Kanye.
Yeah, he gets a lot of hate, but the man's smart.
Bro, that dude's a genius. He might be a little thorough, but, like, you gotta be a little bit insane to be great. Like, you gotta, like, think and operate outside of the box of, like, what everybody would expect. That's why he's so successful.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole situation with him it's crazy. But, I mean, hey, I would rather speak my mind and not have as much money than to not be able to say what I feel and have a lot of money.
Listen, bro. Honestly, I'll beat a nigga ass about Kanye. We can fight about Kanye. Not us personally. I would not fight you about Kanye. But like, we tolerate zero Kanye slander. And hold on, I forgot. Most importantly, LeBron fucking James. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
Also
set
receives a lot of
the
hate
whole
around here.
tone for everybody and everything. Point blank. Period. But yeah, I just had to
Yeah,
get
why
that
does
out
he
there.
get so much hate around here? I've never
Around
understood
here,
it.
never, never. There is no no LeBron slander tolerated in Akron, Ohio. Now, Cleveland, Columbus, different story. All over the world, a different story. But like, one thing Akron don't play about is fucking LeBron. Cause we see outside of even just basketball how much he does for the community.
Right.
Like we're damn near the city of LeBron James at this point.
Right.
Like literally, Main Street is now LeBron James' way. Like, we live in LeBron City. All right, let me get off Bron. I'm a Bron fanatic.
No, it's good though because I have just I don't like watch NBA like full time like a lot of people, but from the outside looking in, I do just feel like anytime I'm online watching something, it's like anytime his name is brought up, people are like, "But Jordan's better," and it's like it's not even the same position.
And that's
like,
why, because he's the GOAT killer.
I'm like,
LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, the kid from Akron, is the greatest basketball player of all
it's like
time.
comparing a quarterback and a running back. Like, why would you do that?
What I just did right there is like what Kanye did to Taylor Swift. Like what?
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like you just hit a certain point, and people who have no goals and shit are just gonna hate you.
Of course, of course.
Are you promoting any shows coming up right now?
Shows not so much right now because right now I'm really just focused on Cody. The shows and everything they've been pretty fucking crazy. So like I probably need to definitely get something together. But I mean, really we've just been focusing on getting the content and stuff out to like insert in the algorithm so more people can hear him.
Right.
Like a lot of people that follow him from his old career, I would say, don't even know what his new music sounds like at all. Like they think he still sounds like Juice WRLD the whole time. Like he's like the reincarnation of Justin Timberlake / Chris Brown / Tory Lanez / Juice still somewhere in there / the greatest of all time.
I mean, no arguments.
We can fight about that too.
So what exactly are you? Cody's manager technically, or you just help him in the ways that you can as a friend, or and do you help produce his music as well? I meant to ask that.
Okay, so I'm more of an executive producer than anything, as far as like his music goes, like, and then he hates this, but a lot of times I'm gonna have the final say because I'm gonna just be like, no, that's ass. Like, right. I'm not fucking with it.
Well, I know there's times that you do reshoots on camera takes, and you're like, that's not how you're doing it. You ain't doing it like that. You're going to do it this way. Put more passion in it. And he's like, I got you.
Yeah, no, for real. I am very serious about this. And it's like, I'd be wrong if I were to let him shortchange himself.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But as far as like management and all that goes, like, yeah, I am that. Are we on paperwork? No.
Right.
No. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? God put him in my life for me to do this.
Right.
And whatever choice that he makes after that is totally up to him. But this is my last time doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever he chooses to do when he's going to blow up. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen. Right. It's when he blows up, what he chooses to do after that. That's on him. That's between him and God.
Right.
But everything I do for him is strictly it's out of love. It's the same, you know what I'm saying, with Keem. Me and Keem have been doing a lot of stuff together, and I would never even dare like charge him or like be like, yeah, let's sign this paper. Like, nah, I really loved him. You know what I'm saying?
He keeps apologizing because he's just busy doing a lot of stuff, and he's like, I want to book with you, and I'm like, we're not in a rush. Like, it's no rush, and
yeah.
So yeah, I give him good deals like I give all the close people, and And he thanks me all the time. He's like, thank you for, like, not ditching out and, like, just saying screw us. Because, like, I told him, like, his whole team, like,
Yeah.
I'll give you guys all the deal. Like, I want to see you guys all do good. Like, it's
Mhm.
not just him. So yeah, it's nice. I hope you guys all get the right eye to just see you guys, because that's all you need. I've learned that from the beginning, too, is you could shoot a million videos. If the right person doesn't see it, you're never going to reach that next level.
For
but
sure.
You could step into the game and shoot one video and just have that one person see it, and you're already up there.
Exactly.
So, what's the most recent show that you've done?
I just had an event with the Akron Kappas. That was, what was it, Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Yeah. So last Saturday. Shout out 1K Universal. Shout out the Akron Kappas. My homie DJ 1K, DJ Double R, DJ Bino, Noah Neutron. Remember I'm saying this. This kid is a creative genius. Like, he is going to go to levels most couldn't even fathom. Like, the dude is brilliant. That was the guy we were on the phone with as we were shooting, like, through the mirror and doing all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a genius. GOAT. Shout out my boy Easy. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. I'm pretty sure I touched all bases, but yeah, that was my last event. It was fucking wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder. It feels good after being gone for so long.
I saw the clips. It was going crazy.
Yeah, we're ready to take it up to another level. I haven't
seen a clip of you with the crowd not going crazy. So, I mean, hey.
Man, but see, it wouldn't even be that. Like, bro, I don't care if I have 10 people in a room. It's gonna be the same energy.
Right.
I'm going to make those 10 people have fucking fun. Like, whether it's 10 people or 10,000. I tell Cody, all my friends, this all the time. You have to give the same performance because you don't know if one of those 10 people could change your life.
Right.
So
could be a billionaire out there sipping on.
No, for real.
Something like, this dude sounds pretty damn good.
For sure.
Is there a certain impact that you want to make with your shows?
With my shows, not necessarily. That's not really what it's about for me. Like, obviously, I love doing that. I love people having fun. But really, I'm more or less galvanizing the people so they hear what I have to say outside of the shows. Most importantly, with everything I do in my life and my career, I want to give honor to God, glory to God, point blank period. So that's been my whole goal in life, is to have a voice just to tell people about how good God is. And that's what everything is about, like, point blank period. Like, people ask me, like, oh, what's your secret? How did you get so far ahead? Or how did you do this? Or how did you do that? I tell them God. Always. You will always hear me say that. Whether you choose to believe that or not, it's on you. But you're asking me how I did this. I'm not this cool, bro. I promise you. I'm not this smart. I'm not this brilliant. I just sit back and I ask for direction. And if I'm not getting direction, I'm not moving. But the second God gives me direction, that's where you see everything I produce come from.
Right. Have you been doing, like, church and stuff since you were a kid, I'm assuming? Yes.
Literally all my uncles are pastors, whether they have their own church or they're pastoring somewhere else. So we all grew up in that church. All of us grew up in that church. Right. And I feel like that's honestly where the entertainment side of all of us comes from.
Right.
Well, ESPN, as you can tell, sports bet. Oops.
Yeah, my grandpa was a pastor when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I did like 9 or 10 years in the church, and then when he passed away, it was just kind of weird trying to go. Well, their church closed because they had like their own church. I tried to go to like 2 other churches, and it was never the same for me. My grandpa had a way about talking about God. It was
for sure understandable,
unlike anybody else. So
understandable, but like always remember, like, your body is your temple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't. It's always good to be in fellowship. You know, right. It's where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, they shall be blessed. That's scripture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's always good to fellowship, but like having your own personal relationship with God is what really matters.
Right.
Because even though you're not going to church, your body is your church. So if you're feeding that, you can feed other people.
Right.
So like, don't let that like
Yeah, I never thought
affect
about it
you.
like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I know how that would feel. You know what I'm saying? Like losing your grandfather and how two and two go together. But like, yeah, like you gotta find that for yourself. Like no matter what.
Right.
For real.
Where's your favorite place to DJ at? Where's the hypest crowds at?
I mean, see, this is that's different. Because I mean, I've been a lot of places to go DJ, so it's not really me being in one stationary place. Wherever I'm DJing at is the hypest. You know, that's how I feel. Like I've done big stages to the small stages.
Right.
So like it just is what it is. Like one of my favorite places that I DJed at ever was the Bomb Factory in Dallas. I was on that show. Young Thug was headlining. Trying to think of who else was on that show. But I was DJing for Chapo at that point. And man, that shit was insane. There was so much energy. Like, there's nothing like real good 808s like hitting you in your chest. Like,
Right.
it just feels so crazy.
What's the biggest crowd you've performed for?
Probably that show.
How many do you think were there?
It was a fuck ton of people. Either there or at EST Fest. When I was with Nazi and Legend. MGK has like his festival every year.
Yep.
That was pretty crazy too, for sure.
Yeah, they always go nuts. That's.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time, for sure.
I know you shouted out a couple other DJs, but do you have any favorites or anybody that you work with more than others?
Not necessarily. Like, I will probably say I probably worked with Ill Will the most, but that was a team decision. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ill Will at that time when like that last run we had, were like the main two DJs. And the way we ran everything made it cool for us to be back to back. Because with us it wasn't about who got the peak hour. You know what I'm saying? Who got the best times. Like, we would just go back to back all night. So it's like he'd play for a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying, do some cool shit. I'm like, hey, I got something for this. And we just created a vibe. So like me and him are having a good time sharing spotlight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it showed within the crowd. Like, our parties were just absolutely insane. Shout out Keegan King. Let me start. Man, I don't even know how I missed all that. But me and Keegan we really started all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Jungle Boys Entertainment. Like, that was really the beginning of everything, for sure.
What do you do outside of DJing?
Nothing. No. I mean, I kind of do everything for real. Family, obviously, is, like, most important. Like, I'm always, like, fucking with my niece or my nephew, talking shit. Talking shit
Oh
is,
my
like...
god, you post what your nieces say to you and it has me crying sometimes, bro. Oh my god.
But that's how our whole family is. Like, we're real thick skinned. So we will all just sit there and talk shit to each other all day long. So one of my favorite things to do outside of DJing is talking shit. Like, that's my love language, for real. I mean, really, bro, it's gonna sound crazy, but all of the things that I do outside of DJing involves music. Point blank, period. Like, that's what I love to do. Like, majority of my time, like, I'm racking my brain with ideas for Cody or myself, studying algorithms. I'm real simple outside of being a DJ too. It's like most people think I'd be turned 24/7, and it's like that's not the case. I'm a homebody for real. Like, the older I get, the more social anxiety I get. People don't even know. Like, man, my first show, like, back, I'm in the bathroom throwing up. Like, Cody was laughing at me because he was like, damn, bro, you told me you get nervous, but, like, I didn't believe it. I'm like, bro, like, when I step on stage, that's Guess Who, bro. That's the most confident motherfucker on the planet. You can't tell him shit. But Calvin is a nervous wreck. But then when I get up there, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my zone and everything's it's just everything. Like, can't make it up.
Right. Yeah, it's funny you say that because just this year, my friend at work, who I've been working with for years, has been talking about introvert, extrovert, and I've never looked into any of that before.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've always felt like I was the person that would talk up and, like, initiate conversations, and then come to find out, I'm, like, really thinking about how I move when I go out and stuff, and I'm 100% introverted unless I know people, because, like, when I go out to these shows to film, like, even if I'm not shooting anything, I don't like talking to people, really. Like, I'm over there standing in the corner, like, making sure my camera's safe away from everybody. It's like, I don't want to talk to you people. So I'm, like, just learning that I'm introverted. I like to stick to myself unless I know the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, if I know personally the people that are there, then it's a lot easier for me to just walk up and, like, socialize with people. But
what's crazy is I'm, like, the same, but, like, in a different way. Like, and this is later on in life. But, like, I'll still walk in a room, like, whether I know anybody or not, and just, like, take it over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go talk to this person, I'm gonna go talk to this person, because really, it's not even about having a conversation with them. It's to see their thought forms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know if you're here for a good time or some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around the room, reading the room, talking to people. Like, if somebody's looking at me crazy, I'm gonna walk up to them and start a conversation half the time.
Right.
To be like, let's see where you are, and let's see if we can diffuse this situation.
Right.
And get you back to wanting to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all of our events, like, bro, there's zero problems. We're probably the only people here that can really, really say that. Like, no fights, no shootings, no nothing. Like, it's just a good time. But I feel like that has a lot to do with everything.
Right. So this is everybody's favorite question. I don't even know why I started asking this, but the $1 million question. If somebody dropped $1 million in your lap, it's already taxed and everything, it's just $1 million cash. What are you doing with it?
This is right now?
Right now.
And this is inside or outside of music, or both? Okay.
Just
so,
however.
First things first. I'm retiring my mother. Off rip.
I love that answer.
Off rip. Like, no. She can't work ever again in life. My dad's already retired. I don't got to worry about him. So I'm going to take care of my family, first and foremost. Cody is within that sector.
Right.
Obviously, I'm about to hand you some super cheese off top. We're about to go to Nocap Visualz, get 50 trillion visual shots. I'm going to put Ant on a retainer. You feel me? But, I would definitely have to do something to give back to the community, give back to the church. Yeah, like, that's really all I would care about. Like, if my family was good and I could make a positive impact outside of there, like spending money, then that's what I do. Anybody that knows me knows that I'll give everything I got. Like, I'd rather everybody else have something than me have nothing. So realistically, I'd probably give it all away over time. Like, it's anytime I go to, like, spend or do something for myself, like, I feel selfish. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to get out of that for real, because, like, I feel like the mode for 2024 is to be selfish, to be selfless. Right. You know what I'm saying? The whole goal of everything we have going on is first and foremost to give glory to God, and then to take care of the people I love. That's what this is about. It's really not about us at all. Like, obviously, yeah, we want some money. We want the houses, the cars, the families, this, that, and the third. But it's like, we really are going so hard because we want to take care of the people that we love. Like, 9 times out of 10, like, anybody that has, like, problems in life, whether it's like depression or this or that, it's because of 2 things: either their health or their pockets. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want anybody I love to, like, worry about anything monetary.
Right.
Like, if you got a dream, chase it. You don't have to worry about handling all the other things, like the bills and stuff like that. You can just do what you, like, really love to do. Right. That's what it's about.
And the stress of not having money will make you unhealthy.
Exactly. And then it's like, I want, when it's all said and done, I want to be able to impact 10 generations behind me. Like, within my family and without. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the most important thing. I want to be the one in my family to create generational wealth for everybody else.
Right. Okay, I like the retiring your mom. That hits home for sure.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest goals in life. Coming home and being like, Mom, you're quitting your fucking job right now. Call
everything.
your boss, tell her your last day
I
was
feel like
today.
if that's not your goal, then you're fucking sick. You need a mental evaluation.
Right. Do you have a message for your fans?
Always trust God. Like, it's very, very simple. Like, and if you don't know God, if you don't believe in God, just try something. You know what I'm saying? I would encourage you, if you don't believe in God, to ask God to do something very, very specific in your life that nobody knows about, that nobody could just do for you, and just see the result. Believing in nothing is crazy.
Right.
So that would be it.
Yeah, I try to break it down to people. I'm like, even just the human body, not even taking animals, the earth, like nothing, like not even the whole human body, like just take the human eye, like how perfectly designed it is and how it works. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't just fucking happen. Come on.
Like, no fucking Big Bang did that.
And that's nothing else included in your body. That's just taking your eye.
That's
and
insane.
Like,
That's insane.
and one little imbalance in your body will throw everything off.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't just happen. Like I'm sure, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And that's like people believing that the earth is flat.
I can't say it's not, but
I only say that because I've seen, not with anybody,
yeah.
I've seen planets through telescopes with my own eyes with nobody around.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if we are a planet within other planets and all of the other planets around,
right,
it would just make sense.
It would definitely make sense.
It very much could be. But
what if this is just... See, it all comes down to perspective and, like, what you want to believe or what you don't. Like,
there
because
are things that
truly,
are really weird, too. Like the Antarctic Treaty. Why can't we go to Antarctica?
Look, see, now we talking...
Like, it gets deep.
It
gets deep.
Now we're talking cloth talk. This has to be on, like, a real life podcast, and we talk about this because, like, whoa, this will get really crazy really fast. We don't want them to take the video down or shadow this one.
So, in your life, what is the best life advice that you've ever gotten?
Best life advice I've ever gotten. I would really say it wasn't even really advice. It was a promise I made to my grandmother. She, when I first started DJing, like, she went and found the turntables that I wanted. And nobody believed in me at that time. Like, my dad was looking at me like, bro, it's not enough money there. I've been there before, not realizing how far I was going to take it. And my grandma was the only person that believed in me. She came home with my turntables, and I was like, whoa. Like, I was just in shock that she even knew what to go get. And she made me promise her that I never let anything come in between me and this dream. And that's why, like, no matter what, no matter how much time I take off, like, this is always going to be the goal.
Right.
Always going to be the mission. I'll never stop doing this. This is it for me. I don't care if I never see the success, if I do anything. I made my grandmother a promise I would never quit. Right. And I would never let anything come in between it, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My grandpa gave me 2 cameras when I was like 4, a couple of years before he passed away. They just sat on the shelf, just sat there. And it's like, now I look back and I see the things I've done with the camera, and I'm like, oh my God, it started there. I'm like, I didn't realize it, but it started there.
The grandparent love is insane.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can't wait to see where all this stuff takes me. Even being more of just like a local shooter as of right now.
Yeah.
I've still done a lot of crazy stuff.
Nah, for sure.
DJ Cruz actually I think she's inviting me back for the Football Hall of Fame again this year.
Okay.
So that'll be...
That's dope.
Yeah, I went... It was either last year or the year before last. And I was like 10 feet from Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Uncle
Shay Shay. Yeah.
All the first take guys, they were set up there.
That's fire.
She got me like this VIP pass so I could go behind all the cameras, and I was like watching the whole first take show from behind the cameras and shit. It was unbelievable. I got to see all their equipment. The ESPN visual truck is a whole semi. I would have never thought that. That's
crazy.
And it may have been too. I don't know if the one parked behind it was also visual stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fucking semi parked in the front, and they were like pulling huge carts off, and I'm just like, like, that is just so much money in here right there. Oh my god. That's all I have. I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So, what is your end goal? Like, where do you see yourself? Let me be more specific. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't think there really is an end goal with this.
That's why I rephrased. 5 years.
I'm making the transition right now to be less of a full-time music video shooter.
Yeah.
Do you see the green screen and everything?
Mm-hmm.
I want like an actual production studio. Like, I want to shoot commercials and stuff, and I would have space there obviously for doing stuff for music videos, but I feel like, I don't know. Industry videos are different from local videos, like
Facts.
very much. A lot
Facts.
of local videos are decent shooting, and then they just slap effects over it, and like you can't even tell what they shot because like there's just so many effects over it, and it's like you look at industry videos, and yeah, you do have occasionally like an NLE Choppa video that goes crazy.
Yeah.
But
it's really just clean shots.
It's high end clean shot stuff with an occasional transition, if the transition makes sense in the spot.
Yeah.
And there's just so much competition locally, and people shoot for so little. It's so competitive. So that's why I'm plugged in with Keem. I'm plugged in with you guys, and then I'm plugged in with like one other label. And I think for the most part, those are the only music videos I'm going to be shooting.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing like green screen assets to sell. I'm going to be shooting a bunch of commercials for drink companies, coffee, alcohol. But I don't think there really is like an end goal. Kind of just a transition right now of going from like just full-time music videos and the occasional wedding and stuff to...
I just wanted to hear you speak it into existence. That's really, you know what I'm saying? That's me in like manager mode.
Right.
Like, even though I'm not managing you, but like it's like I'm gonna pull out of you what you believe, what you think is gonna happen. I want to hear you say it, type deal.
Man, like I would love to quit my job today and do this stuff full time.
Yeah.
But just with how many bills I have,
Takes
and
time.
3 kids, and so I obviously can't just quit. So,
yeah.
But with my job schedule, it's pretty easy to shoot.
Yeah.
Like with my kids going to school, Dakota should be back with the baby soon. But yeah, man, I don't plan on putting the camera down anytime soon. That's for sure.
Keep going. We definitely gonna make sure you got something going on, because we don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is so close-knit, tight-knit with us, because not everybody's easy to work with.
Right.
So the people that are easy to work with and genuinely love what they do, we tend to fuck with more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't know this, but, like, I was, like, really fighting to work with you. Like, on some shit where it's, like, it's easy for us to communicate and to create with this guy. I don't care what this person, what his accolades are, or what he's doing, or I don't care about that. I care about how this person makes me feel when we work. And that's the same thing with our engineer and producer, Cons. Bro, Cons is fucking a genius. Like, Kanye level genius when it comes to this production, the music engineer, all this shit. Like, he is crazy fire. And we had issues because Cody records all his stuff himself. Like, we don't go anywhere for that. So we were trying to outsource to get a crispier sound, and like we went through everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it was two people that stood out. We worked with Mexican Manny. He produced Rihanna and Future Love, and then Tiana Taylor and Wale Bad. He's Grammy Award winning producer. You know what I'm saying? An engineer. But it was his personality that made us fuck with him, and like the different things that he could teach Cody, and how nobody was just like really pressing on him when he was doing certain stuff. And Cons is just like that. Cons really will just create, sip on his little drink, you know what I'm saying, smoke a little tree, and he just chill. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't interrupt the creative process or the flow. And then like if he does like even say anything, it's like it's on something that's going to add to it. And he's very, we like people that are very like, that treat our time like it's their time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that tends to how we move with everything. So like we just tend to rock with the same people. Like we talk about it all the time. Like it was probably 2 months of us being like, damn bro, we really want to fuck with Anthony, bro. Like we really want to shoot something with him. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just figure it out. Or just drop the money. Let's get these real shots. Get this content up, bro. People have loved the fucking content,
right?
And it's so simple. There's no effects on it for real. Like if anything, it's just like color grading and like just tiny stuff. But like it's so clean. It's so simple. Like, and the ideas that like we all came up with just here in a basement is better than a lot of the stuff that's happening outside. And the response that we're getting from it is way bigger for real. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah, it means a lot that you guys stuck it out and waited. And
for sure, bro. We ain't going nowhere. We got shit to do. Trying to get $1 billion.
I'm ready.
I want you to get some of that money on.
Yeah, that's the goal. Anything else?
I have one last thing to say. Prettiest fat nigga alive.
You heard it here first.
Nah,
Don't
man.
forget it.
Long live Ev. Yeah, long live my granny. Oh God. Early as kids.
So yeah, keep your guys' eyes peeled. I'm assuming an interview with Cody will be coming soon at some point.
Boom!
Oh yeah, do you do weddings for DJing?
Typically no, but that's a very difficult question, but I will for the right person. Okay. I don't just DJ everyone's weddings.
Because I normally will tag DJ Cruz, but if you also would do that, then I'll just start tagging you both, because she's not available sometimes.
You know what? Do it just because, like, get me out of my box. Get me out of my shell. Because I need to stop doing that for real. Because I'm more of, like, a tour DJ and, like, concert DJ. So I typically don't do, like, the weddings and everything. But I can, obviously. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. This was an awesome episode. I'm sure there's plenty more coming. Yeah, if you made it this far into the video, thank you guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.